Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Zenzo from Tazawa Tanks. So, I'm down in the fish room, obviously, and to be honest, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. By the time this video comes out, it will be sometime in January. It's currently like 3 or 4 days before Christmas, and I've just got so much going on right now with work and with doing stuff in this fish room. In fact, yeah, I'm just gonna show you because it's pretty much a disaster. So here we can see I've got the tank that I bought. This was a filter for a photo that I had to do for work. And then I've got stuff on the floor over there. And what you also, whoops, can see behind me, if I move the camera, is I've got the cabinet open, this canister filter, which I'm not crazy about, but I don't want to bash them because I got it for free a few years ago. But anyway, it leaked. It leaked and I had like 5 gallons of brackish water on the floor. Obviously the water in the Indian mudskipper paludarium was down quite a bit, so had to address that. All the inhabitants are fine, nothing, there was still plenty of water in there for them. And there is a sponge filter in there, but what I lost is my waterfall feature. So while I'm down here, I thought, let me just grab the camera, film a little bit of the behind the scenes, what's going on, kind of show you the nitty gritty. And I bought these little water pumps today. Well, I bought them yesterday, they came today from Amazon. They're like these little tiny 3 gallons, I don't know, they're very small. I'll try to find the specs, but it's a very small water pump that is this size. And basically what I want to do is I'm going to submerge it in the aquarium, paludarium, and then create that waterfall effect again like we had before with the canister filter, because I am done messing with that canister filter. I'm just going to run sponge filter on this tank and not have to worry about any issues. Obviously there'll be less energy. But while I was testing the water pump, I thought, hey, here is a good lesson to share with all of you and explain something that you all see when it comes to aquarium filters, whether they're hang-on-to backs or internal filters, or, well, let's just say hang-on-to backs, not so much. I guess it's just going to be canister filters because we're going to talk about head loss. So hang-on-to backs, you don't really have head loss because they're in the tank or right on the tank. Internal filters are obviously in the tank, so you don't have head loss, but with canister filters you do have head loss. So I want to explain a little bit about head loss today. So I have this little experiment over here to kind of talk and show you what head loss is. Okay, so what we have right here is this little setup in this specimen container right here, and I did pull the instructions, which does have the parameters. This is a 3-watt submersible pump, so that's very, very low energy draw. It's basically like, it's not going to register as far as energy consumption, really. 3 watts, and it puts out 50 gallons per hour, and it has a, looks like it has a max head height of 2 feet. So let's talk about head height, because what will happen is you'll have a filter, whether it's this canister filters down here or some other canister filter, and it's going to tell you how many gallons per hour it puts out. Maybe it's 600 gallons per hour, 1,000 gallons per hour, 200 gallons per hour, whatever size it is, right? If it's giant, obviously more with the larger motor. If it's small, obviously less. So this is a 3-watt motor, very, very small, and it has a very small diameter tube, and we can see the water pouring out. Can you guys see that? Yep. So let me zoom in here so you can see a little bit better. I'm just kind of recirculating it right now. So with this pump, the pump is down at this level at the very bottom of your screen. And this tube is, I don't know, like, here's an extra one. So this one's like 3 feet in length, basically. It's about a 3-foot length tube. So right now at this height here, we can see that it's putting out pretty good flow. What will happen though is as I raise the tube and as this goes lower without pinching it or anything like that, let me set it back down, the flow is going to decrease significantly to where right here the water's not even coming out. So what's happening right now is the water pressure, the motor's only able to make the water go this high, and all of this is just air. If I go lower, it'll start pouring out again, and as I go higher, it has head loss. So that happens in any kind of filter, whether it is you know, a Fluval FX6 or a Fluval 407 or some other type of canister filter, the further away the filter is from your aquarium as far as height, so the lower it is away, and the more that water has to travel up, you know, the back of your stand and up the top of the aquarium and into the aquarium, the more pressure you're going to lose. So when you're looking at a filter and it's telling you a certain amount of water per gallons per hour, that's at optimal levels right where the pump is. So that's going to be, let me unplug this here. So right here at the exit of the pump is where you're going to have that rating. So in this situation, it's telling me that I have 50 gallons per hour. That's right here. If it's going up 2 feet, it's going to be significantly less than 50 gallons per hour, and the same is going to be for your larger filter. So anyway, enough about that lesson. I just thought it was kind of cool to talk about it in a very easy to see visual. And now I'm going to go ahead and tackle this mess. Now that I have the pump installed in the paludarium here, we can see that it has pretty good flow. It's flowing plenty fast for what I'm looking for. Now, for those of you that are going to be worried about the fact that I'm losing filtration because I'm taking essentially a very large canister filter off of the system and just running this pump, I do have that sponge filter in here, don't forget, so that's behind these rocks. And there's a very light bioload. So first of all, mudskippers, they don't spend a lot of time in the water. They spend the majority of their time out of the water. And as long as their skin essentially stays wet, they can actually absorb oxygen through their skin. So they don't spend a lot of time like swimming around like regular fish. And then the additional fish, the bumblebee gobies, the Amano shrimp in here, the snails, they have such a small bioload that I'm not worried about like needing a lot of filtration. And don't forget that really, with filtration, you want water to be passing through media or over media in some cases, but through is better. And beneficial bacteria can still break down the waste in there. So for example, with this waterfall, if I have the waterfall running over this coral, this dry rock, which is very porous, there's bacteria that lives in there. And as the water's pouring through the coral and around the coral, it's also acting as a filter. So I get plenty of surface agitation. I've got oxygenation between this and a sponge filter. So that's what's going on. Now I'm going to go ahead and kind of fine tune it, get it to where I want it to be, and clean up, do the whole, you know, I'll probably service the sponge filter and just kind of get the tank back to where it should be. I'm all done. I got it set up. It was a lot of tinkering to get the waterfall the way that I wanted it, but I think that it's good for now. It's very easy to adjust. I just have to stick my hand in there and move the tubing over a little bit. The water's still a little bit cloudy. I did kind of a partial water change because as I was servicing the sponge filter and cleaning that area out, I got a big cloud of dirty water. So I went ahead and vacuumed out that dirty water in that area and obviously refilled and dechlorinated and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna let it settle, leave it alone for a while. The mudskippers are out and about. They're already near the waterfall, kind of hanging around, and they're kind of like sparring over there. So all is good. We've got plenty of filtration. I might even turn the sponge filter down a little bit because it's a little bit, it's quite a bit of air in there. So I might turn it down a little bit. And we do have that waterfall. So I'm super happy. Now I've got to go ahead and clean this room, because not only is this like my fish room where I like look at fish and keep fish, but it's also a place where I have to film and work sometimes. And I have to film a video for Aquarium Co-op, which is where I work. And I've got to have it look clean for that video. So that's what I'll be doing next. I do want to talk real quickly about this pump, because if anyone asks me, this is the pump that I got from Amazon. It's a Pulaco submersible water pump. It was like 11 bucks. So I bought 2 of them just so I have 2, just in case one goes bad, which I'm sure it will at some point. So then I'll have a backup, no big deal, for $11. I'm not putting a link down below because I'm not doing any affiliate and I don't want to be responsible for anybody buying an $11 pump and saying, oh, Zenzo, it sucks. So it might suck, I don't know. But for now, it's doing what I needed to do. And if it goes bad, I'll throw in another one. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and, yeah, clean up this room because, it's a mess. All done, mostly. Just taking a little break, sitting down. I think that's about as much as I'm going to tackle today. So in the next video, we have another major project that's going to happen, which is going to be this 125-gallon tank behind me. If you look in there, I only have one of the lights on, but there's no fish. So thanks to all of you for reaching out, those of you that are local to me, and picking up some of the fish that I had to give away. So the Oscars are already gone, the silver dollars are gone now, all the catfish are gone except for one large common pleco, which is hiding inside of that cave. I might keep him and throw him in another tank just for the time being. I might put him in the African cichlid tank or something. And then I've got to break this tank down, so that will probably be the next video. So we'll drain the water out of this. I did get an email from Universal Rocks that my package is on the way. Now, they're not paying me, but they are giving me stuff for free. So I guess you can say it's going to be kind of sponsored. It's like $1,000 worth of their product that they're sending me. So I'm super excited. We've got a couple of backgrounds, one for this tank, one for the African cichlid tank to go in, a bunch of different rocks and things like that. So that's going to be the next big project. And, ooh, we have a couple big, I've got so many big projects. It's kind of overwhelming, to be honest with you. And it's not overwhelming like, oh God, Zenzo, like, you know, you have too many tanks and that's why it's, no, because like, this is my job. Like I work full time, like in aquariums. It's just that I'm doing a bunch of changes. One, for enjoyment, and two, just to kind of make the workflow a little bit easier. But we also have those 20-gallon tanks that we've got to break down that I showed you in the previous video. So I've got to move those fish out, break those tanks down, put that 60-gallon breeder up, start that whole process. I just got some aragonite for this tank. Oh, this is 50 pounds. And obviously 50 pounds of aragonite's not enough for a 50-gallon aquarium. But I do have aragonite in other tanks that are that's gonna go in here. So that, and then if I need to supplement, I'll probably just put some sand in there. So that's gonna be next, but we've got to drain and kind of dry everything out, get the backgrounds, fit those. That's gonna be a tremendous project. Then we got to break down those 20. So yeah, a lot more to come. So I would say that the next few videos are gonna be kind of vloggy kind of videos like this, where I'm doing maintenance, setting up new tanks, changing things around. And then we'll probably get back into some fun stuff. I'm going to be going to Seattle in the beginning of January for work to meet with Corey and Randy, Aquarium Co-op. So maybe if I get a chance, I might film there. I'll bring a camera just in case. No promises, but yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I guess by now I could say Happy New Year. Happy 2023. Hopefully it's better for you than 2022 was. Even if 2022 was amazing for you, hopefully this coming year will be even better. So anyway, thanks for watching. Watch this video right here, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right, that's probably good enough. Good enough for Matt, because Matt's good at editing.